into the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I'm from L.A. California.
Yeah, we're gonna dance on our dance show.
We're gonna put up our LA sign, third out, right?
Yes, it is a party up in
LA
here
and the Clippers
for the big premiere. Hello, everybody. This is AfterBuzz TV's after show for LA Clippers Dance Squad. Hello. We're excited. I know you guys are too. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christy Olson. You guys can always hit me up at Christy Reports. Thank you for watching us live on YouTube. I almost said iTunes. We'll be on iTunes in a couple of hours, and you can download those for free. Please make sure you leave a little comment. We want to know what you guys think about this brand new show as well. And when I say we, I mean these two fabulous co-hosts that are sitting next to me, because it wouldn't be any fun to be here by myself.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Tell them who you are, guys.
I am Jill Munroe. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that good stuff at Stiletto Jill.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that. Yeah, and I'm Michael Rippe, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat. At Mike Rips. It's right here.
You guys have to teach me how to use the Snapchat.
You have to get on
I'm
Snapchat,
not snapping
Christy.
yet.
Yes.
Well, this was episode 1, season 1. It's called Welcome to the Clippers Dance Squad. Not very sassy. It's just a premiere title
basic
episode, right? Right,
It's
about
just
what we
garden
expected.
variety.
Well, so let me start by asking you guys, what were your overall first impressions of this brand new docuseries?
It's going to be interesting.
I'm excited just because full disclosure, I'm actually a Clippers fan.
All right.
And have been for a long time. So seeing their dance squad develop, you know, they've always been in the shadow of the Laker girls, and they've never been all that great. Yikes. So, you know, getting to see some behind the scenes footage and seeing what they can do to turn it up a notch with their whole new branding thing, I'm excited.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited. One of the things I didn't tell you guys is that, so I go to a lot of the games, Clippers, Kings, Lakers, at Staples Center. I host one of the suites. So I see a lot of the games, and I've oftentimes watched the dance girls. So I've seen a lot of them.
that you have.
Yeah. There's a lot of ponytail flipping going on.
So I've seen them, and I've always wondered, like, what do they do on the sides between their, you know, their performances, yada yada. But it'll be interesting to see them, you know, off the court in their daily lives and how they, you know, train and stuff. So I'm interested.
Yeah, well, that's cool that you're kind of at the games hanging out. Do you ever run into the ladies?
I have not.
No? All right, fingers crossed. Well, speaking of that, I ran into a couple of these ladies right here at one of these AfterBuzz TV tables today. So I do want to make sure I tell you guys all to go and check out the AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On of the LA Clippers Dance Squad. Natalie and Candace were here. We chatted all about this premiere episode. I got their take. They dished some dirt. It was
you
fantastic.
have to share. You have to share.
I'm gonna pepper it throughout
Good.
as it pertains.
Yes.
And I'm going to start by saying that, so since I sat next to Candace for an hour today and recognized her voice, I know that she was actually doing the voiceover. So that whole beginning part of, like, this is the Clippers Dance Squad and all of that, that is the main girl, Candace.
Look at that.
Up in there.
And she's a vet, right? She's been with the squad for a while, right?
Right, yeah.
I like seeing the interaction with the vets and the new girls, especially because they have this whole new energy with Petra stepping in, the new creative director. You always get on the edge of your toes when you see that the vets have to kind of protect their turf.
Yeah.
And the newbies make their mark.
I know, I like that too. And my favorite thing, though, I think about the series so far were those little vignettes in the middle where they're actually dancing.
Yes.
I watch a lot of reality shows where, you know, the total divas are wrestling and everybody's doing something, but I like to see them actually dancing a little bit.
You know, it reminded me of everything about this. I guess I shouldn't say that, but it reminds me of Hit the Floor. I feel like that kind of set the tone with refocusing on dance teams. Because really, who was thinking about the dance teams? I mean, you go to the game, you watch them, they're cute, and then you go home. But now you're kind of interested in, hey, what's going on with them? What are they into? Like you said, maybe some other people are trying to figure out, so who's dating? Because you know, somebody wants to know who's dating who and what's the dirt with all those beautiful girls.
Well, and I've sort of been comparing this to the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team, because I've been watching that for 10 seasons, and I loved that show, but it is wildly different from this, and I expected it to be, and both are great. But that's kind of more about the audition process, and those ladies, we don't see them their outside life, what they actually have going on. So that's what I like. We're really going to get to know these girls.
We are almost like a Real World, but dancing edition of ladies.
Even
in LA.
3 of them even move in together.
And it's in the floss nest.
Yes.
That was great. The floss nest. Can we just talk about little Hannah since we're going through the dancers?
What? Let's talk about Hannah. Little Hannah from Louisiana.
Yes, I really liked Hannah. She seemed really sweet. And, you know, she's an ex-New Orleans Saints cheerleader. So it's going to be interesting to see her go from the world of football to now professional basketball.
That's right.
And even though she did dance for the New Orleans Saints, she lived in a small town in Louisiana. So from going to the small town to this whole big city thing, too, that's something that I think a lot of us can relate to.
I'm actually born and raised in LA, so I can't. You don't go Hollywood when you're from Hollywood.
We have a Los Angeles veteran in the house.
There's not that many of us.
Not that many. Nice to meet you.
Right? That's cool. Well, we also learned that Hannah left a 3-year relationship with a boy named Keegan, who I bet we'll hear a lot more about.
Right.
To pursue this whole dream, she's only been in LA for a few weeks. I like her sort of spirit. She seems fun and sweet, and I just have a lot of respect for anyone who has the chutzpah to pack up and head out west.
I'm just going to throw in that she also seems a bit emotional. She's oftentimes been crying in the first episode.
Well,
And
it's a big
as a guy's perspective, it just seemed like she was crying in every segment, so which is, I guess, cool.
She's vulnerable. She's, you know, it's a new chapter in life. She's headed west. She's leaving a relationship behind, and
Why
she's
is she
diving
leaving
into
a
this
relationship?
new team. Because it's a like
3 years, just gone?
Because it's a small town and she's chasing her dreams. How are you going to maintain that?
She couldn't bring Keegan for the ride?
Well, maybe we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens because you know that's going to come up. He's going to come visit.
Right, and we're definitely going to have some of the girls in studio for the after show breaking it down, and that's going to be my first question for her, is why not try to make the long distance thing work? You know, maybe she just wasn't into it anymore. Maybe Keegan didn't like the idea of Hollywood.
That could be it. Or her dancing in front of all these millionaire athletes and all the millionaire billionaires lining the sidelines.
Yes.
That could be a lot of pressure for a relationship.
That's true. Actually, Candace and Natalie were telling me today about all the A-list stars that are sitting in the front row, and apparently they had a fun little encounter with Floyd Mayweather, who really enjoys their dancing. So you never know when one of those guys is going to stand up and say, hey, can I have your number?
It's true, actually. Right? It's true, because I always watch the front row of the celebrities when they're dancing to see who's paying attention and whatnot.
Yes.
Floyd's always in his seat, locked in. Locked in.
Wow.
I love this insider scoop we're getting from you.
You know, Floyd has a harem of women, so maybe, you know.
Maybe he'll be adding Hannah
He's looking to recruit. No,
right?
I don't wish that on Hannah. We don't wish that on Hannah.
Well, then let's maybe talk about a little bit sassier blonde. We are first introduced to Athena, of all the girls. And I gotta say, I was so excited for the show, and then just watching her the first few minutes, I was like, oh no, are all the girls gonna be like this? I don't like this. She just came across super, super strong. She's talking to her mom on the phone, and, you know, cool guys like sports. And she said, I just want to be hot and have fun and dance sexy. And, you know, I would like to hear more aspirations of being a role model. You know, I want little girls to look up to me, or I want to be an ambassador.
Brand new situation is like, I'm going to take that co-captain's job. I'm going to lock it down and I'm going to lead the way. So maybe that's her version of being a role model. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but Athena is a lot.
She comes on strong. She says she's got a lot of confidence and she shows it. I would say that she got a lot of compliments from Petra and Jacqueline, the choreographer. So at least from that aspect, she's owning the dancing, and she is coming on strong. And clearly, the other girls either a little bit of jealousy, maybe they're feeling her presence, and she's making it known. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the season progresses.
Yeah, are we sort of seeing her as like a villain type, right?
Something is definitely going to be in the mix with
Something is
Athena
brewing.
because she is very, I need the attention, I'm an opinionated, but
she goes for what she wants.
she
right?
does. She does. I appreciate that, but it seems like, I'm curious to see Athena go up against Savannah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I
She's
think
a
that
sassy one too. Well, let's talk about Savannah. She didn't give us a whole lot as far as like backstory or history. We know she's from Tennessee, and we know that she likes to party.
And that she said people call her a bitch.
Oh yes, she did
That's
admit
important.
that.
Yes.
She did.
Additionally, she said she gets bored easily, and she doesn't really care about others.
A guy is gonna remember that she said she gets
I'm
bored
over
with
here
guys
harping on
easily.
Athena, and you guys are making some great points here. Well, Savannah also, she said that she's a cocktail waitress here in LA and the partying thing. And I just know firsthand that lifestyle can be really hard to balance out with a productive real life and rehearsals and things like that. You should probably working until 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would die to know if she's still cocktailing now that she's a big reality star. But we will definitely be asking her that question.
Can't wait.
But I sort of picked up too on her a lot of sass. And I think there's going to be some major fireworks. I think you might be right between her and Athena.
I will be loving to see it because you can already tell that Savannah will take you down. She's ready with the takedown.
Yeah, and she's part of the Floss Nest, living with Hannah and Blair.
Flossy. Well, let's talk a little bit about Blair because she was a standout as well. And not just Blair, but her mom, Keisha.
Absolutely. I was going to say her mom is a standout.
Yeah, and I think they're setting us up for something there, definitely.
Keisha is definitely going to cause us some issues at some point. She keeps asking about hoochies. Something hoochie-esque is going to evolve.
She's concerned. She's telling her 8-year-old daughter, you know the twerking's not right? And we learn also that Blair's dad is a police officer. I mean, this definitely sounds like the makings of a strict home. But she's in a girl group called The Rocks.
The Rocks.
Yes.
They're not signed yet, but I'm guessing that this little bit of exposure will be
Maybe
great
they're
for
signed
them.
now?
Maybe.
At this point, right?
Or something, it's going to be helpful. I mean, being on TV every week and then with Blair in the stand, on the floor while everyone's in the stands, maybe she'll bring attention to the group. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
And also, Blair's from LA, like you.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
So, she's local.
She's got her roots.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see what goes down between her and Keisha. So, Candace is our last lady. She is a firecracker. She's got a lot of energy. She didn't stand out with anything that we can remember, I think, as being negative tonight. It's like when I'm looking
She
back
seemed
on the
really
episode.
sweet.
Yeah, she's got those 3 jobs. She's a dance coach. She talks about working at a theme. She just says a California theme park. And even today,
It's got to be Disney.
That's
You think
what
it's
I
Got to
said.
be
Disney?
Disney. Oh, she's got to be one of the dancing characters,
Well, or I said, or are you a Disney princess? And she must not be allowed to name drop it. Or
They're
to
not
mix
allowed
the-
to say that.
Oh, I did not know that.
No, they're not allowed
Okay,
to.
well then it's definitely Disneyland because she wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
So Candace has 3 jobs. She's a hard-working lady, and I see some leadership qualities in her too. I think that she's going to let some of the girl give the good advice, maybe, right?
The voice of reason.
Yes, exactly.
Can I just say that I'm really excited about Petra, though. Like, her backstory, everything that she came from, being a former Laker girl and then starting the New York City Dancers.
The Knicks dancers.
The Knicks
I'm a
dancers,
Knicks
yeah.
fan, so I'm all
Are
about
you a
Petra,
Knicks fan?
yeah.
I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry.
I feel sorry
Good
for
luck.
myself.
I mean, I'm just, and she's hard as nails. She's hardcore. She came in the door cracking the whip. So I want to see how she's going to mold the dancers and how they're going to respond to her sort of new style as far as both in managing the team as well as the choreography, because
I'll tell you what, she made it clear that if they don't follow her, she'll fire them.
yes.
So
But I do like her management style. She is a hard ass, but she's not mean. Like, she's not saying things just to be a jerk or to get a reaction, or, you know, she's not that, if I talk down to you, you will be better.
It's real.
It's just very direct.
She's got that New York mentality.
Yeah.
I'm from New York, so I can appreciate it. You know, she tells you directly how it is. And I think that's the best way to do it. I'm excited about Petra. She was my star of the show.
Oh, that's fun. Well, Petra's star is Kelly, our 6-year veteran of the team. And we did not get a lot of backstory on Kelly tonight. We didn't hear a lot from her, but she seems like a sweet girl, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys have any feelings about Kelly?
I am going to reserve my feelings. I think that we have to wait. She looks like a hard worker.
And clearly I think she is a hard worker based on that she's in her 6th year now on the team, and she's named the unanimous captain.
And she could dance her little booty off.
Right. They compliment her during the show that she's sharp. And so, this is a dance squad. And so number one, main priority is to be good at dancing, and she's owning that.
That's right. Well, someone who's having a little bit of trouble with the dancing is Miss Natalie. She's the one who came into studio today, and I really liked her. She's a nice girl, and she's the one who used to be on Survivor. She told me today she was the youngest female ever to be on Survivor. She was like 18 or 19.
Oh, wow.
This was 5 years ago. And she had actually been to AfterBuzz Studios as part of the Survivor after show. So, and you know what? I did kind of get the idea from her that she's been through this reality TV thing a time or two. She's not as apprehensive as the other girls, or, the other ones seem like a little lost. Like, oh, what's going to happen next? We're not really sure. She's got an air sort of like, all right, I got this. You're going to sit me in this chair. You want me to say X, Y, and Z. She seems like the one who's comfortable at first talking about the other girls. She doesn't say anything mean, but she's comfortable saying,
she's open.
So-and-so is this and that.
She's got that reality experience.
Exactly.
So she's open. She knows what she has to do to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
However, it appears she doesn't have that dancing experience down.
Right?
She's in trouble.
What happened? Did she talk about her early struggles, or was it just the uncomfortableness of, a new environment with so many new girls and new choreography, or is that just always her way?
Well, she told me that she's going to continue to struggle throughout the season, that we'll see her struggle. And, that it just takes her a little bit longer. I said to her, it's okay. Getting choreography down was never my strong point either. You know what I mean? But I think she talked too about dancing for a whole lot of other pro teams. She's danced for pro soccer teams, and she's got a ton of experience, and even Candace kind of vouched for her and was like, this girl is awesome. So it's unclear what really has her so stumped. But I can't wait till next week to see if, she's able to take the routines home and then come back and kill them after she's got some time.
Yeah, especially because, I know new choreographer, but still familiar, digs, familiar team, and with all that experience,
That's right. Yeah, well, we have a lot to say about this brand new show. We love it, and if you love it too, there is another brand new show that you may be interested in. Are you curious about a celebrity boyfriend's midlife crisis? Enjoy hearing stories about behind the scenes of Hollywood? I know I do.
Ooh, me too.
Are you amused by old TV and movie references? Well, you will love The Tomorrow Show with Kevin Undergaro. Join AfterBuzz creator and Maria Menounos' fiance. Hey! Kevin Undergaro, along with AfterBuzz co-hosts Roxy Stryer, Ashley Daniels, and a bunch of others for all this insanity. You can watch live Monday and Thursday nights. This is 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific time on thetomorrowshow.com, or subscribe and download for free, because that's how we do it around here, on iTunes. Go to thetomorrowshow.com for more info.
Make sure you do that. Don't forget that.
Definitely do that. I actually watched a lot of the first debut show on Monday, and it was quite exciting.
All
I did.
right.
So you guys should watch too.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, let's jump right now that we've broken down the girls. Let's jump right into this episode. We get the announcements, the big announcements. Who's going on to the next round? Eventually, who makes the team? Athena is called first for who makes the team. And this was just interesting to me because it seemed like I don't think anyone gave a crap that she was announced first. They were just waiting for the rest of the names to hear if they'd made the team or not. But she sure wanted them to give a crap. Like, she wanted to believe that, oh, they were all hating on me. She's there powdering her nose in that interview like, they were hating on me. I was like, girl, they're just thinking about if they're going to get called or not. I don't think
Center
they
of
care.
attention.
Yeah.
Athena wants it all. She thinks that she is the alpha and the omega, and she's going to shine.
Meanwhile, Hannah's praying.
And crying too,
And
right?
crying.
No,
Yes.
she wasn't. She was just expectantly waiting and hoping that this was her shot. Do you know how much she had writing on this? She left a relationship behind after all.
She was living in someone else's apartment on a couch.
On a
so
couch.
she had a lot. I understand
Yeah.
she had a lot riding on it. I get it.
Well, and just speaking to her emotionality, her intense emotionness, whatever it was, that interview was clearly taped after she had already made the team, because she's in the same outfit as when she's talking about the moment of making the team. So she even went back and at the thought of not making the team was able to pull those tears out.
That's why it
Right?
makes me wonder a little bit if it's dramatic for the camera.
Ooh.
But you don't just, I mean, you have to remember what did she say? She's from a really, really small town, moving to Hollywood, where there are A-listers courtside every night.
It's big.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's pressure. It's big. If you make it, I get there's a lot riding
It's a
on it.
moment for life.
Either way, she's saying, "See ya, pizza, Louisiana." I was like, is the place that she's from called Pizza? Like, or is that just a new phrase? Like, "See ya, pizza." Like, do the kids say that?
I think it's a small town thing.
I don't
Okay.
know. I was lost. I was going to ask you guys. I was hoping maybe you could fill me in. I thought maybe I missed it.
Hopefully, she can fill us in down the road.
Right.
That's right.
We will definitely. That's
If you're,
on the list of
if you're
questions
watching
to ask.
right now, Hannah, you got to let us know.
You got to
us a
talk to
call,
us about
girl.
that. Yeah.
And tell us about moving in with Blair and Savannah. We learned that the ladies have an apartment which looks suspiciously already kind of lived in. I think maybe Savannah already lived there, and then with the show, oh hey, we need to get some of the girls living together somewhere, so maybe a little fishy there. But either way, they're moving in, and we learned that Blair's mom took her out of gymnastics. As Blair is leaving and kind of reminiscing about home, we learned that her mom took her out of gymnastics because she didn't want her to have a mom body and not grow boobs.
I guess.
Are these legitimate concerns for gymnasts?
Well, I guess gymnasts, you have to be small to be on the uneven bars and the beam, and it was an interesting conversation, right? It was just, it tells you some things about Keisha that we're definitely going to learn more later.
I like Keisha. I like that thought process. Actually, the more I thought about it, she's right.
Well, she also tells her daughter not to get drunk and twerk. Are you
She
as
said
on
stay
board
away
with
from-
that?
yes,
as
stay
well?
away from the
hoochies.
twerkers.
That's right.
But you have to think that if Savannah likes to party like that, is Blair not heading right into the lion's den?
Oh, she is. Blair is heading into the lion's
You
den.
might be right.
Shots and twerks. We'll have to see.
And then somebody's going to touch somebody's boobs.
And then Hannah's gonna be over in the corner crying.
You know what?
I mean,
might be
I'm
right.
just
There might
saying.
be tears. There might be.
She wasn't the one crying at this first rehearsal, which Jacqueline, the choreographer, who I cannot place it, and I Googled my butt off. I know I've seen her on other reality shows. I've watched every dance-related reality show forever, like making the Pussycat Dolls. Remember that was a thing like years ago?
Yeah.
I kind of think maybe she was on that or something. I could not put my finger on it. I couldn't pin it with my research. So
We're
if
gonna
anybody
crack
out
the
there
case.
knows, yes, tweet me. Y'all, where'd Jacqueline come from? She is disappointed in this rehearsal. Natalie continues to get called out, and she says, hey, I just take a little longer. What I did like is that I thought Natalie handled it well.
She did.
I was thinking myself in that situation, it would be hard not to break down and get so overwhelmed that you just can't even think anymore.
Yeah,
Or cry.
Or
cry.
At that
would
moment,
be a crying moment.
if you keep getting called out in the middle of rehearsal
front of your peers.
and they tell you, yeah, and I'll fire you, that might elicit a tear or two.
Numerous times too, and she takes it really well.
She
so that's
does.
Good.
Good for her.
She's got a good spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
I just want to see her catch on to the routine because I like that. Like you said, I like the breaks. I like to actually see them put in the work. So if they say that she can do it, I want to see her shine.
Yeah, and I think that she was trying pretty hard, and Athena actually kind of questioned whether Natalie's even trying. She's going, oh, she's not doing it full out, and, she dances very safe, and is she even trying? And I thought, that was a little bit rude.
Jacqueline said the same thing, though.
She did.
That's a good point.
She did.
So, I think that that might be her way that she learns. Maybe she doesn't want to do full out you know, when she's still unsure of the choreography and learning it so as to not embarrass herself. But Jacqueline does not seem like the type, Petra either, that are going to go for that.
Yeah,
they
like
want to
she said,
see the effort.
Mediocrity is not cool.
And she will fire him. She mentioned that multiple times.
She did.
I appreciate
It was
that.
a sticking point.
Makes you feel like somebody's going to be getting
Yeah,
fired.
we will make cuts. It's just in the business.
It can happen because you have to think, what did they say? Only 12 dancers dance per night.
At every game, and there's 20.
So there's 20. So every night there's still alternates.
That's right. Yeah, almost half the team isn't dancing.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, well, let me tell you about a cut that I think got made in the midst of all this. We see a very gorgeous dark-haired girl named Taylor. She just comes in a little bit and helps Hannah pack and move to the new place. And we see Taylor in a little bit of the promo stuff for the show. She's in like some pictures and some vignettes, but not a lot of them. And I'm thinking that maybe they shot her for the show, or she was supposed to be part of the cast, but then they ended up not having a lot to use her with, or something where we're going to see Taylor pop up here and there, or maybe she's the catalyst for something in a future episode. So we have to know her a little bit. I'm wondering what Taylor's up to, is what I'm saying.
Not much.
What is Taylor up to, right?
Not much, not
That's
right now.
Well, and she points out that Hannah's only been in LA for a few weeks, and she already basically got her big break. And even to hear someone just outrightly say it like that, I kind of went like, oh, God.
Doesn't
3
just happen
weeks the
like
girl's
that.
been here.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like that. But it did for Hannah. I'm like a little bit annoyed about it.
Her fairy godmother just stepped in somewhere. Her fairy dance mother, maybe. I don't know. I feel that it's not going to be that easy, and we shall see. Hannah's going to have some adjustment issues. It's got to be coming up. Going from a small town to the big city of LA, living with your party girl roommate, shots and trouble.
Well, and I sort of caught on to at that conversation at the dinner table. I thought that Savannah seemed a little annoyed with Hannah right off the bat.
She did.
Did you guys pick up on that?
She kind of, Floss Nest was an interesting choice of the home. And I understand maybe they weren't familiar with the slang, but it does seem like that Savannah Southern is different from Hannah's Southern, judging just by vocabulary, apparently.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So I think that is going to be something that we're going to look for, because Savannah did seem very perturbed and she had no problems with expressing it. And Hannah seemed really sweet, so she just kind of kept it rolling. But I would imagine that at some point that could be an issue.
And it's a little early for us to already be seeing the hint of conflict.
But Savannah did say she was a bitch. Like,
Hold on.
we have
true.
to keep that in mind.
I'm just going to be honest. I didn't think it was a little early. Just knowing it's 20 females and didn't seem
were
too.
expecting it?
It just didn't seem that early to
And
me.
Hannah cried.
Seemed right on time. Just seems to be honest.
And Hannah was
I
crying.
love that.
Exactly.
Well, back at another rehearsal, we learned that Petra is going to be choosing a captain and a co-captain for the team. And the ladies told me today that this is actually the first year that they've had this captain, co-captain thing.
Oh, wow.
So whether this is Petra's idea or whether it's kind of a thing to push the reality show storyline along, I don't know. But either way, we learned that she's going to choose a captain, and it seems like Kelly, Athena, and Savannah are sort of on her map. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys guess that one of those ladies was going to be chosen
I was
as
going
our
to be so
captain?
disappointed if it was Athena, just because even though her wanting it that badly, I still think as a newbie, there are just going to be things naturally that are going to happen through the course of being captain of this squad for this major franchise that she clearly wasn't ready for yet, even though she felt she was. So I didn't want Athena in the captain role.
So if I can be honest, I thought I didn't know who she was going to pick. I definitely didn't see Kelly as the one she was going to pick, but I think that they nailed the choice. I think Kelly is the right choice.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make a reality show as amazing as a reality show could be, that picking Athena may have been a better choice for reality purposes. For actual purposes of a dance squad that's performing at its peak at a basketball game, I think Kelly is perfect. For the reality purposes, it would have been probably better with Athena because a rookie leading and the conflict and would have been more. But Kelly's the oldest member on the team as far as years doing it. She's sharp. She's on top of it. So there's really no one that can say, why is Kelly it? It makes sense that she's a good captain. I think they nailed the pick as far as making their dance team as awesome as it could be. But reality-wise, it would have been more fun if it was Athena.
Maybe Athena's going to be the co-captain. We still don't know about that.
I think she's going to be.
Yeah, I'm dying to know who they pick. And I'm surprised that with all of Petra's experience with a lot of dance team girls, I'm surprised that she doesn't see like a troublemaker in Athena. You know, that she doesn't see that, like, maybe it's not trying too hard, but it's being a little bit too about Athena when you're on a team. I guess I'm just sort of shocked that Petra doesn't see a little bit of negativity in that. She's loving it. She says, oh, Athena says thank you when she gets corrections, and she really likes that. So I was kind of surprised, but Athena had some you-know-whats to walk up to those ladies and say, hey, I just want to put my name in put my hat in the ring. And it was weird how she said, oh, great job, good job with your captain choice, or you chose a veteran, that was really great. I was like, they don't need you to tell them they made the right decision, first of all.
That's true.
And it was just, I thought, in poor taste for her to do that at that time.
But they did say that they liked someone taking like initiative and owning it and saying they wanted something.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So
Petra seems to me like a go-getter, and she likes a certain amount of aggressiveness. So I think that if someone shows that, she's automatically going to take to them and at least give them an opportunity to prove that they're there for the right reasons and want to use that go-getter attitude in a right way.
And also, this was the first episode.
True. We have to see, but
We'll see. I agree. So, we'll see. I mean, it's the first episode. Athena could be a totally different person than we think right now.
That is true. That's true.
That's true, yeah.
Natalie was definitely annoyed by her going to Jacqueline and Petra and calling out for that co-captain position. And I didn't really blame her. Natalie also said that Kelly doesn't quite have a leader personality. And I asked her about that today, and she said, oh, Kelly is one of my great friends. And what I really meant was that, she's just so sweet and she's so nice that I'm not sure she could take that kind of a role. What did you guys think of all that?
I think that, once again, and it probably explains why Petra has some interest in Athena, I think that sort of fire, that willingness to step up, even in the unknown, and sort of take charge or take control is something that they're looking for. And Kelly, maybe to Michael's point, is a great dancer and, technically sound, but she may not be the one to say, hey, you missed that half count. You got to step it up, which is something that they'll probably need. I think Petra wants an extension of herself on the floor.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I like that.
Well, we'll have to see if Kelly has the leadership ability, because right now we don't know. All we know is what Natalie said about Kelly. We don't actually know if Kelly is a good leader or a poor leader.
That's right. Either way, she was quite excited to get the role.
Yeah.
She was, which is good to start with, at least,
Yeah, and it seemed like Athena's, what she wanted out of being co-captain was to be at every game. Like, that's what she said. I would love to be at every game, not I would love to be a leader, not I would love to be the ambassador of this team, or a role model, or, she might as well just walked up to Petra and said, I want to dance sexy.
She more really wants the starring role.
Yes.
41
she
games.
Wants notoriety, people to see her. I think she wants to do a good job dancing, but she wants all the perks of being a Clippers dance member and also being a highlighted, profiled Clippers dancer. So when they talk about the Clippers team, they talk about Athena. She wouldn't just be okay with being on the team.
She wants to be the key piece.
She wants to be one of the people that you talk about on the team.
Oh, well, we are going to be talking about... We've already talked about her quite a bit tonight,
know.
right?
We might be giving Athena a bad break.
If you want to talk more, you can come on our show.
Absolutely. Because I have questions, girl. I have a couple of questions for you.
Oh, we do have lots of questions
for you. For example, through our research, we learned that you danced for Lil Wayne. We would like to know, in what capacity? Did you tour? Was it just a video? I'd like to know about that experience. Was there syrup involved? These are the things that we are curious about.
These are the burning questions we need to know.
I'm just thinking about what song it was.
Yeah, so that could be interesting.
The song.
I want to check it out.
Well, the episode ends with Natalie questioning whether she can make it even through the season. She's really sweet. I hope that we continue to see her. Were there any other overall thoughts you guys had about the episode?
I think the Floss Nest name has to go. I
You think so?
Did you think of something better?
No, I need time on that, but I just
Anytime.
I think they were a little quick on naming the apartment, and I really hope that they change it.
Flossin, I am just excited to see where we go from here. I want to see if Natalie buckles down, if she makes the cut. I want to see if Athena gives us what we expect, or if she kind of falls into the fold. And I'm curious to see the personalities of some of the other ones we saw that were kind of like low key for this one, but you know that they have something lurking in the background.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's roll into some predictions. We will do a traditional news and gossip segment in the following weeks, but since I gave you an hour of juicy gossip news with them on my Spotlight On, I need you to go watch that. All right?
That's right. Watch that.
Make sure.
I'm gonna go watch the Spotlight.
Yes, I know you are.
Me too.
All right. Well, my predictions for this show is that I am so positive that somebody's going to be getting their butt cut from this team at some point. At least one of the girls, maybe not, maybe more than one. And that China trip, I think, is going to cause a lot of friction on the team. I know that all the girls want to go, but not all of them get to go. And looks like they have some fun in New Orleans as well. I'm wondering if someone is, maybe Blair or somebody's going to actually get drunk and twerk in New Orleans, and somebody's going to get in trouble.
It's not gonna make Mom happy if that happens.
Not at all.
Maybe that's what the fight is about, because it looks like Blair and Keisha get into it at one point in the episode as well. What do you guys think's going to go down?
I think that Petra is gonna get more ruthless.
Ooh.
And I'm excited for it. I am.
I am too. I think Petra has the potential to be a total badass, and I'm here for it. I also think that we should expect some hookups. I think that there's going to be at least one hookup with the girls, like random. There's too much talk of partying and really drunk nights out for there not to be some type of hookup. Mm-hmm. So I think a kiss, something.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And you got 20 girls. Young, LA.
He's like, how did I not get in on this?
Right. Because you were up in the suite instead of being down on the floor. You should have came out of the suite.
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. So let us not corrupt you.
Is this where he says, it's Hannah? No? Okay. I was
No
gonna
tears.
say, you're
No
going to be in
tears.
trouble when you get home with us.
No tears.
All right. Well, our producer, James, what's your hope?
Woo!
Oh.
Yes.
WWE
Could
stars
always use
Rusev
more
and Lana.
Rusev.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Lana used to be a break dancer, so she could come in and crush that. Just saying.
Rusev will crush too.
Well, we're just wildly off topic now. So why don't you guys tell everybody where they can hit you up this week with their thoughts about this show?
You can hit me up at Stiletto Jill, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat.
And you can get at me on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat at Mike Rips.
Jill, you have a website too, is that right?
I do, jocksandstilettojill.com for all the sports and pop culture little ditties and updates and gossip.
I love that gossip. I got gossip too over at ChristyReports.com. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Christy Reports. And make sure you check out that AfterBuzz TV Spotlight on LA Clippers Dance Squad. You just Google that and you're going to watch it. All right. Thank you for hanging out with us. We will see you next week. Megan will be here and we will see who that co-captain's going to be.
Can't wait.
Have a great week, guys. See you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.